We start the day's other headlines in the Middle East. The Israeli military says it was targeting a Hamas surveillance camera when it struck a hospital in southern Gaza yesterday, killing 20 people, including 5 journalists. As part of an initial inquiry into the strike, the IDF says the camera was being used to observe the activity of IDF troops in order to direct terrorist activities against them, but did not provide evidence. It also says that 6 of those killed in Monday's attack were terrorists. Meantime, Israel's security cabinet met to discuss the military's expanded offensive in Gaza City, but reportedly did not address ceasefire talks. Across Israel, protesters held a day of disruption to pressure Israel's leaders to negotiate a hostage deal with Hamas.
Today is a day of resistance, calling the Israeli government to seal the deal that's now on the table and to bring all the hostages home and to end the war in Gaza.
Meantime, more Palestinians are trying to leave Gaza City after the latest strikes killed at least 18 people there. That's according to local officials who say that all told, overnight shelling killed at least 34 people across all of Gaza. Here at home, a federal judge tossed out the Trump administration's lawsuit against Maryland's entire federal bench today. U.S. District Judge Thomas Cullen, himself a Trump appointee, called the case potentially calamitous, writing that this concerted effort by the executive to smear and impugn individual judges who rule against it is both unprecedented and unfortunate. The Trump administration had filed the lawsuit after a top Maryland judge moved to block the immediate deportation of migrants from the state back in May. The government had argued that the pause infringed on President Trump's authority to enforce immigration laws. In Arizona, thousands were still without power around Phoenix today after a massive storm battered the area. It began late yesterday when wind kicked up a huge wall of dust. Time-lapse video shows it plunging downtown into darkness and reducing visibility to almost zero.
Okay, so we are in the middle of a haboob.
A haboob is the technical term for that type of dust storm. Many drivers were left stranded as the wind rattled their cars. The storm also caused major disruptions at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, where hundreds of flights were grounded and part of the roof was damaged. Monsoon rains, thunder, and lightning followed. The weather phenomenon is not uncommon in the Southwest this time of year, but experts say this storm was especially strong. The Trump administration says it will withhold federal funding from California, Washington, and New Mexico if the states don't enforce English language requirements for truck drivers. The warning is part of a broader investigation into the enforcement of President Trump's executive order from April on English proficiency. It comes after a foreign-born driver in Florida made an illegal U-turn earlier this month, killing 3 people.
This is about keeping people safe on the road. Your families.
Today, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said the states have failed to ensure that drivers can read signs and speak to law enforcement. He's giving states 30 days to comply. And Cracker Barrel is sticking with its controversial new logo despite a fierce backlash, including from President Trump. He took to social media today to say that Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake, and manage the company better than ever before. It follows a statement yesterday in which the company admitted that we could have done a better job sharing who we are and who we'll always be. The old logo featured the restaurant's Uncle Herschel leaning against a barrel with the words Old Country Store underneath. The new logo strips all of that away. It's part of a broader rebrand, widely criticized on social media as soulless and bland. On Wall Street today, investors largely brushed off concerns about President Trump's moves to fire the Fed Governor Lisa Cook. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained more than 130 points on the day. The Nasdaq added nearly 100 points. The S&P 500 also ended higher. And it certainly hasn't been a cruel summer for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. The pop superstar and the Super Bowl champion announced their engagement today. In a 5-photo joint Instagram post, they're seen in a fairy tale garden with the caption, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." It's amassed 18 million likes and counting. The pair started dating nearly 2 years ago, and their relationship has captivated millions, with Swift attending Kansas City Chiefs games and Kelce cheering on her Eras tour last year. Looks like Taylor found her endgame after all. Congratulations to the both of them. Still to come on the NewsHour, we've fact-checked the many claims made during today's White House cabinet meeting. President Trump authorizes a rapid response National Guard force to stop what he calls civil disturbances. And an invasive species of insect threatens vineyards on the East Coast.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein Studio at WETA in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.